Imagine living to 100 with vitality, clarity, and community by your side, not just surviving but thriving through each decade. What if this weren't rare, but intentionally cultivated? Around the globe, there are real places where extraordinary longevity is woven into daily life. These places we call blue zones. In this journey, we'll travel from Okinawa's sweet potato kitchens to Ikaria's herb-infused teas, from Sardinia's mountain shepherds to Nicoya's sunlit plan de vida, all the way to Loma Linda's faith-based routines. We'll explore the science and the stories so you leave knowing how to live longer, wiser, and fuller. In 2004, Dan Bettner, partnering with National Geographic and the National Institute on Aging, unveiled 5 pockets of the world where reaching 100 isn't exceptional, it's expected. These places include Okinawa, Sardinia, Ikaria, Nicoya, and Loma Linda, California. These areas revealed a map of longevity marked in blue, thus the name Blue Zones, and researchers have since unpacked why these pockets produce world-class lifespans. So let's dive in. In Okinawa, life's longevity secret isn't hidden in a pill. It's simmered in the kitchen, in the fields, and in every mindful moment, from the way calories are conserved to how food is honored as medicine. Here, traditional meals center on vibrant purple and orange sweet potatoes, fiber-rich vegetables like seaweed, daikon radish, pumpkin, and bitter melon, and plant-based proteins such as tofu, miso, edamame, and natto. There is nearly no rice, meat, dairy, or processed food, and their diet is deeply rooted in the island's philosophy that food is medicine. This is a concept known as nuchigusui, or kusui moon, in Okinawan. Every meal is an act of healing, every ingredient a form of care, and for food, sweet potatoes take center stage, supplying antioxidants, fiber, and a low glycemic backbone that supports blood sugar and heart health. In leaner times, Okinawans practiced hara-hachi bunmei, the Confucian principle of eating only until 80% full. This is a mindful embrace of moderation that helped them stay trim, energized, and decades healthier than many of their global peers. Their calorie-sparing, nutrient-rich meals, often referred to as shampuru, Okinawa's mixed-style dishes, balance simplicity and flavor. They combine vegetables, tofu, modest pork or fish, and flavorful broths made from kelp or bonito, seasoned with minimal salt and enriched with turmeric or mugwort. This is not a diet of deprivation, but of intention, a physically lighter body, a heart unburdened by disease, and citizens who experience their later decades not as a decline, but as a sustained chapter of health. But there's another layer. Okinawa's strength also lies in its cultural rituals, social networks, and alignment with nature. People rise early to garden, walk, or tend fields, remaining grounded in movement not as exercise, but as daily life. Communal dining is slow, seasonal, intentional, marked by gratitude and connection. It's a lifestyle that doesn't chase longevity, it lives it. All these elements knitted together from food as healing, portion mindfulness, plant-rich meals, natural movement, and community rituals form an ecosystem that sustains not just long life, but life well lived. Ikaria isn't just another blue zone, it's the island of surprises. Here, people live on average 8 years longer than Americans, and with dementia, they seem almost immune. On this rugged Aegean isle, the rhythm of life is deliberate and ancient. Residents sip herbal teas brewed from oregano, dandelion, sage, and rosemary for both warmth and wellness. A study drove deeper into the lifestyles of people aged 90 plus in Evdalos and Rachis, two of the island's oldest communities. It found that 78% engage in daily social contact and 62% join local festivals. Also, faith isn't just a belief. 90% profess religious devotion and 81% attend services. Most people stay physically active and connected, even though public health care remains hard to access. The island's geography has shaped its lifestyle, which is isolated by steep hills and rocky terrain. People walk naturally, tend gardens, and visit neighbors, so physical activity emerges without a gym. And community bonds cement identity, a purpose for survival and celebration. Their food culture also mirrors their terrain, which is strictly Mediterranean yet richer. Meals center on olive oil, legumes like garbanzo beans and lentils, potatoes, whole grains, and herbs. Meat is rare, pasta is sparingly consumed. Dairy comes mainly from goats, and sweets are sweetened with local honey. Around 70% of their calories flow from healthy fats, and it is often anchored in olive oil. All of this converges to create remarkable health outcomes. Icarians boast one of the highest percentages of nonagenarians in the world. Nearly 1 in 3 islanders lives past 90 without cognitive decline, and rates of heart disease, cancer, and cognitive dysfunction are notably lower than global averages. In Sardinia's mountains, centuries of shepherding life have forged an environment where daily movement isn't an activity, it's existence. Men walking 5 or more miles a day, navigating rocky paths, tending sheep and goats, are naturally cultivating cardiovascular strength, muscle endurance, and resilience as effectively, if not more so, than any gym ritual. But movement is only part of the portrait. Their diet is rooted in simplicity and sustenance. Whole grains, legumes, and vegetable stews sit at each table, while dairy from sheep and goat's milk supplies a steady source of calcium and protein. Meat is rare, reserved for rituals or celebration, and their daily calorie intake is balanced around what the land yields. Cultural structure is the silent architect of resilience here. Sardinians live within tight-knit, multi-generational communities, where family rituals, shared meals, and even dance forge emotional strength, belonging, and a lifetime of social support. On Costa Rica's sunlit Nicoya Peninsula, longevity is deeply rooted in why they live. Here, centenarians thrive not because they chase immortality, but because each sunrise carries purpose in every breath, every step, every conversation. This reason to live, known locally as the Plan de Vida, propels elders to stay curious, engaged, and socially connected. In Nicoya, multi-generational households are the norm, not the exception. Grandchildren wake to breakfasts, cooked by grandparents, and neighbors meet over meals in sodas, sharing someone's catch from the sea or fresh tortillas from the morning grind. These human bonds aren't just socially enriching, they're vital medicine. Movement is woven into daily routines, from tending hillsides, chopping firewood, tending gardens, and traversing uneven paths. There are no treadmills, only landscapes shaped by human activity, and their diets reflect the land, nourishing, humble, and shared. The trifecta of beans, corn, and squash, known as the Three Sisters, forms the cornerstone of nourishment. These foods, rich in fiber, protein, and antioxidants, are staples in daily meals, And Nicoya's water, which is naturally rich in calcium, helps strengthen bones and may reduce the risk of heart disease simply through daily drinking or cooking. The oldest generations remain living proof of what Plan de Vida can achieve. Loma Linda, California, stands apart as the only blue zone in the United States, and it thrives not by accident, but by faith, science, and community woven together in harmony. Here, members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church often live up to a decade longer than the average American, embodying longevity as a lived expression of their beliefs and habits. In this community, life is sacred, mirrored in the conviction that the body is a temple. That belief underpins a lifestyle marked by a predominantly plant-based, biblical diet, avoiding meat and prioritizing wholesome, unprocessed foods like nuts, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. At its core, Loma Linda's longevity is about community living, faith-bolstered purpose, and tradition. Residents volunteer regularly, derive meaning from service, and maintain emotional resilience through social ties rooted in shared values. As we close this journey through the world's 5 blue zones, one truth stands out. Longevity isn't an accident, and while not everyone agrees on the science behind blue zones, we can agree that longevity isn't a single formula, and when you strip away the debates, the patterns are hard to ignore. Across every blue zone, the same 9 habits appear again and again. The power of 9. Moving naturally, eating plant-focused meals, having a purpose, reducing stress, drinking moderately, staying connected to community, prioritizing faith or spirituality, centering family, and living in environments where healthy choices are the easiest choices to make. These are not trends. They are timeless patterns that, no matter where you live, can shape not just a longer life, but a better one. Thank you for watching this deep dive from the Wild Muse Media. If this inspired you, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more deeply researched stories from around the world. Until next time, may your days be long, your heart be full, and your purpose clear.